Hi there, it's Peachy. Now, don't worry, I know this title sounds a bit strange or negative. I promise it's not. It was just really hard to figure out how to title this correctly, so just bear with me. I'll give you a little short story to kind of give you an example of what I'm going to talk about today. Okay, so it was a few years back. I was just in the car with Dad and I was looking forward to going down to London. There's definitely some things you can get Lolita fashion based in London, and I was telling Dad, like, I'm not expecting the shops to be as good as they used to be, you know, Lolita fashion's kind of died down a little bit down in Camden and stuff. And Dad immediately just said, like, well, it's not really cool anymore, you know, it's not very unique, everybody's doing it now, it's not very trendy. And I was just like, wait, what? Basically, no shout out to my dad whatsoever, it was just his point of view that I thought interesting for this discussion. Is he thought that I was wearing Lolita fashion to be cool or stand out or to be unique as such, which I thought, it just suddenly made me realise I was sitting there like, that's like not at all why I wear Lolita fashion or any of this kind of J fashion stuff. I just wear it because I like it. I'm not trying to be unique. And this segues into Kawaii.I's contest. Thank you, I just got reminded of it yesterday morning and I was like, ah, I can put that in my video. Kawaii.I's contest is basically this year, the theme is post a picture of yourself like that expresses your unique style. So it can be J fashion inspired, some sort of alt fashion that's kind of, you think is unique to you, how you express yourself. And if you win the competition, basically I think you get a trip to Japan to be on TV. You're kind of expected to be a kawaii leader and organise events in your own country and stuff like that, as far as I'm aware. I have never entered the competition because exactly of that reason. Like, for one, if I went to Japan, I'd rather have my own trip and not be forced into being on TV and have maybe, what, like 2 days there before I had to go home. And the idea of having the responsibility of having to organise massive kind of fashion gatherings, I don't know, I just want a peaceful life, man. Personally, I'm really avoidant of competition. Like, it makes me so uncomfortable, I do not want to enter that at all. But yeah, it's cool, like lots of people have entered the competition, lots of like people I really like as well have entered, and I'll be cheering them on. But yeah, Kawaii.I's been doing this competition for a few years now, as far as I'm aware. There have been some kawaii leaders already from different countries, but this year's theme is like particularly topical to what's going on in J fashion and alt fashion at the moment. As you may have noticed, a lot of mainstream fashion here in the West has become very much inspired by the colourful pop kind of style that Harajuku is known for. You know, you can just go to any shop and probably find some sort of rainbow unicorn thing. Suddenly, like, all this cute kind of childish whimsical stuff that Harajuku is known for is becoming like completely mainstream. And so in a way, it's really tamed what made Harajuku so like bam. And that's not necessarily a bad thing at all. It means more people are appreciating the kind of style, but it does mean we're kind of forgetting the origins. As I've said in a previous video, I don't always stick to one style anymore. I don't just wear Sweet Lolita, I don't just wear Fairy K. Sometimes I just wear some sort of cute mishmash of styles and looks for a generic kind of cute look. And like I said in that video, a lot of people are doing that now. They're kind of experimenting more with the different styles that were specific and kind of mixing them together, which is really cool and really creative, and people are being able to really create their own defining, more personalised, customised looks now. Again, like I said, because it's much easier to get this stuff now than it was before. Like, you know, Lolita fashion, you used to have to really like import it and it would be so expensive or just like really hard to get. But what I'm finding worrying is people are taking things from these specific styles and not giving credit for where the origins came from because they're worried that it will stop them looking as unique or creative. And this really does coincide with what's happening with Harajuku fashion at the moment. A lot of people will know about the Harajuku scare. It's really not what it used to be, the actual place Harajuku in Japan anymore. It's got very gentrified. A lot of the unique brands that were popular are either getting shoved out by mainstream big like global stores like H&M and Forever 21 and stuff, and it's been quite worrying. So I just want to say now, it does not make you any less unique or creative if you're taking something from these designers and getting inspiration from them. Just remember where you're getting that inspiration from, your clothes from, your accessories from, or if you're getting stuff here, they will be inspired by something from Harajuku. That's not an exaggeration, by the way. Harajuku is one of the few places in the world which is known for being what is called a bellwether area of fashion, where once trends come from very specific, unique independent designers, Big companies will go there, get ideas and make like their whole range around the rest of the world inspired by Harajuku. So while Harajuku is very much known for, like, you know, Sweet Lolita, all these very kind of extreme styles, it is also known as a core for where a lot of youth fashion around the world comes from. Now I'm wearing something quite specific today that a lot of people might know is I'm wearing kind of older OTT Sweet Lolita. This was very popular about 5 years ago, from between about 2010 to 2014. This was the most popular kind of look for Lolita fashion as a whole, and more than classic Lolita, more than gothic Lolita. A lot of people into Lolita fashion started wearing this kind of style. Very over the top, cotton candy kind of mixed colour wigs and stuff like that. I'm also wearing Bodyline Squirrel Party print, which so many people got because it really did fit well with that style, and I still love it today. I've also got, like, you know, a Choco Mint clip on. These Choco Mint dangle clips are very popular. This trend has kind of died and moved on to another trend for Sweet Lolita and other Lolita fashion styles, but I still love this style and I'm still wearing it. I know it's not unique. I know it's very much inspired by a lot of different Lolitas who used to wear this style and Angelic Pretty magazines and stuff like that, but I like it, so I wear it. Sounds like I'm getting on my high horse a bit. I want to take on the other side now too, about trying to be unique, trying something different, trying to stand out in a fashion world which is already very much about kind of looking like you're standing out. I don't know the scientific basis for this, but it's a popular thing to reference to when it comes to types like personality types. The Enneagram. There are 9 personality types, and one of them is called the individualist. Being an individual seems to be what a lot of people actually build their whole life and personality around. You could say it's the hipster, but I'm not going to be mean like that. It really does seem like there are enough people out there in the world that find it's important to always be unique, be ahead of the crowd, you know, not follow trends or make their own trends. That's cool. That can be a big sign of creativity and thinking outside the box, you know, not just generally just going with whatever anyone else is doing. Like, that's cool, that can be cool, that can be creative. But I don't think it's bad if people just want to wear something they like even though it's not particularly unique or new. The bad part, in my opinion, is when people take something from something like this, for example, this very common Sweet Lolita look, and then took a lot of elements from that, made a kind of unique style for themselves, but then said, you know, they came up with all it themselves. No, everyone gets inspiration from things. Like, inspiration draws more inspiration, draws more inspiration. Squirrel Party, this print, the designer who made this print definitely got inspiration from something, and that artist before them got inspiration from something. So in a way, I don't know if I'm getting too philosophical here, but is anything truly unique? Philosophy Lolita discussions. Very niche area of YouTube, sorry. But I would like to say I can understand why people worry about, you know, looking like they're just copying something. I mean, we're in an age of the internet now where it's so hard to stand out or think of something original, because now that there's so much access to everything online and social media, you realise someone has done it before you, right? But I find it so weird in a way that people are trying to be different from, for example, other Lolitas, when they're in a fashion world that is designed to be a group thing, not a community as you will, but you know, even the Lolita fashion, there's the groups, Gothic Lolita, Sweet Lolita, Classic Lolita, etc. And it has very set rules a lot of the time to help you get the Lolita look. Now, fair enough, a lot of people are put off by the idea of having kind of rules and guidelines for something that should be, you know, very creative, fashion as a hobby. But you know, this Lolita look didn't get popular by lots of people, by them all just trying to do something different. We all picked this look because it had the guidelines, you know, cupcake or A-line shaped petticoat under the dress, a dress that should end roughly around the knees, you know, most items on the clothing should have quite a bit of lace and ribbons on them as such. Hair should be either, you know, kind of well styled in some way, or you know, a nice wig, makeup, some attention to the makeup as well, maybe kind of dolly-like, not all the time. But you know, if you saw someone even kind of dressed down Lolita, as long as they had those elements, there would be a lot of people in the street that would be like, that is some form of Japanese street fashion. Like, they would know. Like, I have worn very kind of casual Lolita before, and people will still come up and be like, oh, I like it, it's like the Japanese style thing. They might not know it's specifically Lolita fashion, but they know because it's that look that's defined itself, you can still have your own unique look while saying, yes, this is Lolita fashion. Remember to credit your roots. Like I was saying earlier, Harajuku fashion has become, like, in a way, more mainstream than it's ever been before around the world. In a way that does mean we're forgetting where it came from. Now, before I wrap this up, it is kind of obvious that, like, most people that don't know about street fashion, alternative fashion like this, they're gonna think you are trying to stand out and draw attention, like, because that is happening. But most people that dress like this aren't doing it to draw attention to themselves or stand out. They're wearing it because they like it and they have the confidence to wear it. But the first impression is most people are gonna think this person's like trying to be a special snowflake. They're trying to draw attention to themselves. If you don't know what the term special snowflake is, I'm assuming most people do. It's like, you know, the term everyone's a snowflake, everyone's unique. But I'm a special snowflake because I'm extra unique. So I think that would be the only time I would say trying to be unique is bad. You do not need the pressure of trying to be quirky, and, you know, this fashion, man, it already is like bizarre. Even if some people, you know, a few, like 100, maybe 1,000 people are wearing something very similar to what I'm wearing, we still stand out like crazy, guys. Like, there shouldn't be a pressure for you to always try to think of something new, unless you enjoy doing that. But if you're feeling the pressure, you may like this, but like, oh, I can't wear this because everyone else was doing it, that's bad. Just enjoy what you like. So you might be one of those AP clones, you know, that buy the entire set from a brand that's designed to wear head to toe this particular theme, you know, like, I don't know, making this up, but like, Puppy-chan, you know, it would have the matching dress, socks, shoes, hat, bag. Or you might be trying to be creative and maybe buy one piece from that and then make the rest of your accessories, etc., handmade, thrifted, a mix of different brands or something, you know. Both completely fine, creative in their own way, you're just having fun, that's the most important part. Ah, AP clothes, I miss them so much. 2011 was it? Oh, good times. That's all I really wanted to say, just enjoy yourself, don't worry about being unique. Quickly before I go, I wanted to thank my patrons so much on my Patreon because, as you know, I set up my PO box earlier this month and I'm going to be checking it out at the end of this month and hopefully making my first mail day video. But I'm not popular yet, so like I'm not really assuming everything's going to be in there, or there'll be very little, especially because a lot of my watchers aren't from the UK and stuff can take a long time to come in. So even though I know a lot of you have said, oh, I'll send you something, it may not have come yet. So if that's the case, I'll make a mail day video about that sometime next month instead. But I potentially could still do a mail themed video anyway at the end of this month because my personal pen pal sent me some really sweet stuff and I thought it'd be really cute to show as like a little bonus video, you know? But anyway, this is Peachy the snowflake, the not special snowflake, saying goodbye for now. God, that's so cheesy. Anyway, see you next time, guys. Bye bye. Oh yeah!